Okay, so this is the last video of Cancer, and I'm just adding a few details for the lighting, and I'm adding in the shading that would occur in between each braid. So this is like I'm doing the same thing over and over again and switching out where exactly the shadow would fall, because some areas are closer to the light, so even though the plait is the same shape, the shadow that would show up on them would not be the same. So I'm just placing those in, and then later on I'll go back in and add some highlights. Try to get any extra lines or overflowing lines to clean those up, to see what works and what doesn't work, pretty much. So we're adding detail and depth to the hair. This is just going to continue until I've finished it. It's a good chunk of the video because there's a lot of hair, there are a lot of braids, and then we're going to do some shading for the beads or the bits at. We're gonna do some shading for the bits at the edge, at the end of the hairs, the clips, beads, what are they? I don't know, the things. And that's pretty much what was left of Cancer herself that needed to be colored in. Added the stars to the background and started to fix where the shadow would fall, because I imagine the skirt would have a shadow, but previously it looked more like the light source itself was casting a shadow, which didn't look right. So I did a 2-layer type thing for the stars so that she has somewhere to sit on. Otherwise she just kind of looks a bit odd. I guess she could be levitating or something. I have an overlay layer to see if it will look good or not. And if it doesn't, I'll just leave it. And I just kind of play around with some different layer options for the lit areas. I went back to Taurus to see which layers I actually had, which is overlay. I went back to Taurus to figure out which layers which type of layer I had a few times. So now I remember what it is. And I messed about with the line art so that her eyes looked more like they were glowing and they stood out more. Contrast layer, brightness and contrast layer, as well as some overlay layers for the colors, and to make the dress look a bit darker. Again, the dress ended up being blue instead of like a grey color, but I like the color of the blue, and it also looks more like the blue from the crab claws, which I like. And I considered adding a line to the second, to the one the area she's sitting on, since to make it look a bit different. But yeah, that's Cancer. Anyway, next we have Leo, so I'll talk about that then. See you later. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.